Hey everyone, this is Derek Bros of the Conscious Resistance Network, and today we are going to talk about the Trump-Gates-Gavi connection, which some people would like us to ignore. It's been a few days since I've done a video. I've been taking some time to myself and trying to recalibrate my mind, my heart, and my spirit, and I'll be telling you guys more about that in some upcoming videos. But the focus of today's video, the goal of today's video, is to go over a recent video and an article that I put out for the Last American Vagabond, showing that Donald Trump, the President of the United States, his administration is giving billions of dollars to Gavi, the Global Vaccine Alliance, which was founded by Bill and Melinda Gates and is in large part funded by Bill and Melinda Gates. And he is doing this and has been doing this throughout this year, 2020, while at the same time promoting this idea that the U.S. is defunding the World Health Organization, which many of his supporters see as a black eye to the globalists. Look out, Trump is sticking it to Gates and Gavi and the World Health Organization. This is another proof that he's on our side and all this kind of stuff. And clearly, there's more going on than what we were being told. So please stay tuned as we get into that. Before we do that, though, I want to remind you guys to bookmark my website, theconsciousresistance.com, which you can see right here. We've been doing some rebuilding. We're always redesigning. Theconsciousresistance.com. Hit Control-D. Go ahead and save this to your bookmark tabs. You can come here. You can learn all about our website and our history that we've been doing for the last almost 10 years. You can download my books for free. If you're looking for solutions, they're in my books. You can watch our documentaries for free, including our upcoming documentary, The Pyramid of Power. And if you want to follow my work, you can do so at Minds. You can do so at Hive. Join our Discord channel. Sign up for my text list, guys. This is the easiest way to get text updates. I send out text updates whenever I put out a new video. You can join our Float channel. You can follow us on BitChute. Follow us on Library. If you want to support me, you can do so at patreon.com/Derek Bros. And finally, if you'd like to get a free ounce of Kratom or check out some CBD, please check out our sponsor, My Brave Botanicals. So I put this video out. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and open it up. I think I put it out just about a week or two ago. Let me see. I got a lot of windows open right now, guys. Give me a second. Here we go. This video right here, Donald Trump partners with the Gates-funded Global Vaccine Alliance. I put this out July 1st, so 10 days ago. And it's got about 12,000 views, so we're doing good. People are paying attention to it. We've got mainly people who are supporting and who understand what this is about. And I also wrote this article, which you can find at theconsciousresistance.com. It's originally published at The Last American Vagabond. It's called Vaccine Bait and Switch. As millions pooled from the World Health Organization, Trump gives billions to Gates-founded Gavi. And as I kind of went over already in this video here, I don't want to reemphasize too much, but I want to focus on a couple of the points. First off, let me show you guys this, that when this article was originally published on The Last American Vagabond, I had this happen. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he posted it on his Instagram account, and he basically was saying like, hey, Trump's selling you out, he's partnering with Gates. He was calling it out, and he was showing, he had a screenshot of my article, and he was basically telling people the truth of what it is. Shortly after that, the video was taken, or his post was taken down off Instagram, and he started commenting this to people. I did a deep dive. The money is going through aid, U.S. aid, which is what I said, and I'll talk about it in a moment. So I'm not comfortable with the accuracy of the headline I reposted. I need to do more research tomorrow. I'm concerned that while technically accurate, it might be unfair. So I took it down. I'll repost a lengthier explanation tomorrow. And since that time, he has not posted a lengthier explanation. He has simply gone around to everybody on his page. If you go to Instagram, go to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., go to his second most recent post, or really any of his most recent posts, and you're going to see lots of comments saying, what happened to the post about Gates and Trump? What happened? Is it true? Is it fake? Of course, a lot of the Trump people wanted to believe it was fake. And he's going now and commenting to everybody and saying, hey, I looked into it, and the decision was made in February, which means it falls more on Anthony Fauci and not the Trump administration. So I think that, I just wanted to take it down. And basically, he's trying to make a retraction from my article as if something is wrong with it. And right here, he says, I'm not comfortable with the accuracy of the headline. Well, let's go look at the headline. Vaccine bait and switch. For those of you who don't understand what a bait and switch means, it's a switcheroo. Claim one thing and then switch it for the other thing. As millions pooled from the World Health Organization, Trump gives billions to Gates-founded Gavi. So I don't know if he didn't like the fact that we put Trump in the title, but it's the Trump administration. I don't know who else we should put. And, you know, I don't want to get too lost in this, but the point is, many of you will say, if something good happens, for example, oh, Jeffrey Epstein got arrested. Oh, that's because Trump's a president, even though there's no clear evidence the two things are related. But then if the Trump administration gives billions of dollars to a Gates organization, oh, well, that's not Trump. He had nothing to do with it. You know, he's not the one making all the decisions. Clearly, you know, he's just in over his head, or, you know, just whatever excuses you want to come up with is my point here. So I posted this. It looks like I need to clarify the point of my article. Yesterday, RFK Jr. shared the article and it began to go viral. Trump fans in the comment section of Facebook and Instagram were mad at RFK, and it appears eventually he was persuaded to take down his post. Let me be clear. The article was 100% fact. The Trump admin is giving billions to Gates-founded Gavi. They announced this via USAID. We'll talk about USAID in just a moment. In February, but they also gave more to Gavi in late June and May. There is no denying these facts. Please continue to share this article. Now, let me tell you, as somebody who puts hours and hours and hours and days into research, right now I'm researching an article about the Great Reset. It's taken me days and days of research to put it together and to formulate my thoughts. It is very frustrating that so many of you out there do not read anything but the fucking headline. Like, you drive me crazy. Even those of you who support me, like maybe you saw this and this was enough to confirm your bias that you don't like Trump, or that you realize Trump's not the good guy people believe he is. So you just went and shared it. And that's fine. Cool. I'm glad you shared it. But the people who clearly didn't read it, it's obvious. Like, you guys didn't get down here to, I don't know, the 5th or 6th paragraph and just see that I say as much. I said it was actually USAID who first announced this pledge of $1.16 billion in February. That doesn't change anything. Just because it happened in February, people are like, here's some of the arguments. They're saying, oh, well, that happened in February, and Trump announced he was defunding the World Health Organization in May. So those two things cancel each other out. No, they don't. That's why we call it a bait and switch. He's telling you guys he's going to defund the World Health Organization, which, by the way, is going to take at least a year, which won't take place till next June. So even if let's imagine he wins, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't defund the World Health Organization, because by next year, most of his followers aren't going to be paying attention. And even if he did that, they wouldn't care because they make excuses for him. But the point is, he said he's going to defund the World Health Organization. Yes, he did say that recently here in May, and now they're making it official in June and July. But what does that matter? That doesn't change that this $1.16 billion was agreed to be given to Gavi, the Global Vaccine Alliance, via USAID, which USAID, let me show you guys here, USAID, they deal with foreign aid. They give out money to, ideally, they're supposed to give money to people who are in need, like pandemics or war situations, people in other countries who need help. That's what USAID is about. Of course, USAID has also been involved with the CIA and involved in creating fake social media accounts, as I posted right here. I'll just open this up real quick so you guys can see that for those who are not aware, because this is something else we need to be aware of. USAID, which is the organization that's giving money to Gavi, secretly created a Cuban Twitter to stir unrest and undermine the government. That's not the first time they've done that. So you got a U.S. organization, federal government organization, which is under the State Department, which is under the Trump administration, announcing they were going to give $1.16 billion. That's not millions, that's billions, to Gavi over the next few years. And as I said right here, that's part of the fiscal year budget for fiscal years 2020 to 2023. If you read the fucking article, you would know this. The budget for fiscal year 2021, which is this year, includes $290 million for Gavi. So that's just the start. And they show that an estimated $281.6 million was given to the WHO from the US. So that's just, there's actually more than that. I've learned the US gave even more. They were giving like 800 something million to the World Health Organization. But this is a part of the budget. 281.6 is like the dues that they require the nation states to pay. And the US gave 281. So that means just this first part of the donation to Gavi, 290 million, is more than the US is giving to the World Health Organization. And over the next 3 years, they're going to give more than 800 million to Gavi for vaccination programs. So look, it doesn't matter if it happened in February. Other people are saying, oh, well, the US government has been giving to Gavi since its inception. Yes, Gavi was founded in 2000. As I pointed out in this article, it was founded in 2000 by this man named Bill Gates. It was founded with his money and with these organizations back in the year 2000 as part of his, what he called decade of vaccines. which they called for a global vaccination action plan, and Gavi has just grown. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if previous administrations have given to Gavi before. It doesn't change the facts that despite people thinking Trump is, opposing the globalists, if Trump really wanted to do something different, wouldn't he say, I'm going to pull out from the World Health Organization and I'm going to pull out from Gavi. We are not going to support Gavi either because it's a part of the same network. Instead, he gave a speech at this virtual global vaccine summit, which took place on June 5th. And he sent a message and he said, it's great to be partnering with you. We will work hard. We will work strong. He called COVID-19 mean and nasty. And he said it shows that there are no borders and it doesn't discriminate. I don't see any Trump people talking about that line. And then the USAID, they tweet out, we are proud to be partnering with Gavi. And we echo Donald Trump's words. Thanks for committing $1.16 billion through vaccines because vaccines work. So what is the freaking controversy? This is clearly happening under the Trump administration. But everybody, not everybody, but a lot of these people out there are trying so freaking hard to deny that this is happening. Well, let's like I said, RFK, I'm a little disappointed in him. His people contacted me because they wanted to support Expose Bill Gates Day. I've emailed him. I've messaged him on Instagram. I've emailed his people who contacted me during Expose Bill Gates Day saying like, hey, can you please have this guy contact me? Because, for some people, this means I'm fake news. You guys who know my work, you know that my work is legit and that I do my due diligence. But for some people who've never heard of me, they see this article and they see RFK making comments like that and they assume, yep, it's fake news. I knew it. I can't tell you guys how many comments I've seen from Trump supporters who are like, I hope this isn't real. You don't have to hope. You just got to freaking read the article and follow the links and follow the information. And then you can find out for yourself. But it's like people are afraid, again, to even go past the headline because it might shatter their illusions. Or they read the headline, fake news, fake news, fake news. And then when somebody like RFK Jr., who does have a big influence on a lot of people, especially the vaccine awareness communities, it's basically, it's like an attack on my work. And I don't know. It's frustrating to see that happen. But let's go a little bit further into the USAID, okay? Mark Andrew Green, he is a former administrator for U.S. Agency for International Development, aka USAID. This guy is the one who is in the administrator position, as you can see right here, from August 7, 2017 to April 10th. He just resigned in April 10th. Trump didn't fire him. So, people who are going to be like, oh, maybe Trump fired him because he made the Gavi decision and this is Trump getting back at him. No, Trump said that he loved this guy. Trump accepted his resignation letter on March 16th. But it was under this guy's leadership during USAID that the decision was made in February to give this money to Gavi. But again, Gavi has been getting money from USAID for years. Trump didn't try to deny it and say, oh, this guy's acting out of control. And clearly we've seen throughout the Trump administration, for whatever the soap opera's worth, that when Trump doesn't like something, he'll speak up or he'll call out his people or he'll fire them. I don't necessarily agree with that. But my point is, if he didn't like this guy, you would think he would call it out. So this is, this is Mark Green. Trying to find you guys some more information about this guy. He's a Republican. Here's another article about it. Right-sizing the relationship between the State Department and USAID. And I'm just trying to show you guys that, look, USAID is under the State Department, the Department of State, the department that deals with foreign governments. So, of course, USAID, which deals with foreign aid, would be under that. And who heads the State Department? The President of the United States. There's no escaping the fact that Donald Trump has responsibility here. So either he's just a bumbling fool and has no idea what's going on in his administration, or he's okay with this. Here's Senate confirms new USAID Administrator Mark Green, former Congressman Mark Green. Green was a Republican U.S. representative from Wisconsin to 1999 to 2007, ambassador to Tanzania under former President George H.W. Bush, and president of the International Republican Institute. So he's got, experience in the Bush administration. He's been involved in politics for a while. Trump appointed him. Trump was happy with him. And there's just no denying that this is what the situation is, guys. So let me go back here to my article now for a second. And let me check out some of the comments. Thank you guys for listening. Again, this is Derek Bros of the Conscious Resistance Network. To everybody who's listening, I know some of you I might just be preaching to the choir right now, because most of you kind of know this, and the people who don't want to hear this are probably not going to tune in. But guys, if you can, share this with your friends that don't want to hear it. The facts are there. I mean, the facts are there. It's look at this guy. Sometimes you come across quite arrogant, like you know everything. Circumstantial evidence is often intended to look real, to frame the individual it's about. Sure, make as many excuses as you want. I've also been seeing people say, well, this is a great move. Trump he's making sure to get his enemies on his side. And as my buddy here, John Bush, said, and as I put in my my article, there's a video of Trump talking about it. Like, you don't have to look far. The video, it's not here. Let me find it real quick. The video is in my article here. So let me go back to showing you guys my article so I can read you the last couple points I want to make here. And I know I'm probably pissing into the wind, because most people don't really give a damn or don't really care. Look at this guy. You're losing credibility. Dude, you're losing credibility. I don't even know who the hell you are. It's funny. These people, they think that they've got truth on their side, and they're really just full of shit. All right, so let me show you the article and the video real quick. We're going to leave up this guy. You're losing credibility. Oh, Derek Bros, you're right. You know everything. The rest of us are stupid. It's so funny. This kind of guy. Can everybody just go troll this guy for a minute on Facebook? And Mike West, I've seen you making this comment. You've got some great insight. It's sunk cost fallacy, man. If they admit they were conned now, these last 4 years were a waste, and they've built their identity around this. And that's absolutely true. This is just like the same thing we've seen with the Obama administration before. People are afraid to admit the truth. And people like Tony Boutros, oh, and you don't think you have truth on your side. You know, I'm not out here proclaiming that I know everything, but I'm also not clearly denying the facts. I don't have an anti-Trump bias. If my bias is anything, it's a bias for the truth. And you can't deny the facts of the situation, that the Trump administration is giving billions to Gavi. Here's Trump talking about it. I'm not going to play the audio. You can just see his stupid face and hear him talk. You can hear. I'll link the video for those of you who haven't seen this. But let me go back to just a couple other points real quick. Let me post this article. There's the video for those who haven't seen it. Now, here's back to my article. Again, clearly many of you didn't actually read the article, because let's just say that maybe you guys are right. Okay, this happened in February. It's Anthony Fauci's fault. It was before Trump said he was going to pull out of the World Health Organization. Somehow that makes it irrelevant. I don't know, but let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, sure. Well, what happened after that? The Trump administration's support for the development of vaccines to fight COVID-19 is also visible in a more recent virtual event organized by Global Citizen. You guys want to go ahead and look into Global Citizen and see who funds that? Oh, George Soros, Bill Gates, Bloomberg. This event was organized by Global Citizen, the European Commission, on June 27th, Tony Boutros, June 27th. Global Citizen hosted the Global Goal Unite for Our Future, the concert. It's one of these virtual concerts we've been seeing going on the last couple months. It was hosted by The Rock and some of these people. It was supported by Bloomberg Philanthropies, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Wellcome Trust. You know who funds Wellcome Trust? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Procter & Gamble. You know who they were involved with? Event 201, Verizon, Vodafone, a lot of these big corporations. And once again, the funds went to Gavi. Here you go. During this event, Kelly Craft, United States Ambassador to the United Nations, announced the commitment of $545 million for Gavi towards COVID-19 relief. She said, together we must work in an open, transparent, and supportive manner to build a more safe and resilient world. We must build a true multilateralist in the best sense of the word, working towards the common good. And let me just open up this link for you guys real quick. Oh, this isn't some fake news website. This is Gavi.org, the Global Vaccine Alliance. Here they are. Global Citizen mobilizes over $1.5 billion in cash grants. June 29th, 2020. Oh, that doesn't sound like February. That sounds like just a few weeks ago. And let's just do a quick Control F. Craft. All right, what's her name? Kelly. UN. The United States commits $545 million towards COVID-19 relief. And there's her stupid quote that you can see. Oh, but I'm sure some of you think this is just fake news, right? That doesn't matter. That's just Bill Gates. Trump is just trying to keep his enemy close. Well, let's just provide one more example. In May 2020, there was another virtual summit also organized by the European Commission, where the Trump administration committed to giving another $775 million in emergency health, humanitarian, economic, and development aid to fight the pandemic. At this same event, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation contributed $125 million. Oh, let's just check. Is that fake news, guys? Is that fake news? Here it is from Voice of America News. And if you know anything about Voice of America is pro-American propaganda. It's just like RT for Russia. And here they are with their pro-American global leaders pledge millions to virtual summit on COVID. What is that date? Oh, that's May 4th, not February, where you can blame it on Anthony Fauci and pretend that it has nothing to do with the president. Nope. This is in May. And then just to make sure you guys are getting the point, the world comes together for a virtual vaccine summit. The U.S. is conspicuously absent. Yes, Trump did not show up there. He was not there, but they had U.S. representatives there. Let me show you this. They had U.S. representatives there, and it says a senior Trump administration official said Monday the United States welcomes the efforts of the conference participants. He did not explain why the United States did not join them, and just goes on. But even though Trump wasn't there, the U.S. still gave millions of dollars. So 775 millions. So just to recap, guys, in February, the U.S. government under the Trump administration via U.S. aid pledged $1.16 billion. Now that official announcement didn't come till June at the virtual global vaccine summit, which, by the way, you can watch the whole video right here if you want to drive yourself nuts and watch this 3 hours and 45 minutes video. You can see Trump, you can see Trudeau, you can see Boris Johnson and all these world leaders, and you can even see Bill Gates in this if you want to. It's not fake news. So in February, they pledged $1.6 billion. In June, the summit happens and they reiterate that they are going to give $800 million or so over the next 3 years or so. And then we go back a little bit further and we find that in May, the U.S. participated in a virtual summit organized by the European Commission where they gave $775 million. And then we go to just June 27th, literally just 2 weeks ago, where they were a part of a global citizen concert where they donated another $545 million. Either way, Gates wins. The May payment of $775 million, the early June announcement of $1.16 billion, and the late June gift of $545 million. These taxpayer-funded investments will provide abundant resources for Gavi and subsequently the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Is anybody getting this? Am I just talking to a fucking wall? And further, we can go on here. Just so you guys know, Gavi CEO, the Global Vaccine Alliance, I covered this in my news reports last year here on the Conscious Resistance. He referred to, quote, anti-vaccine sentiment as a disease that needs to be censored from the internet. Oh, also, you know that Operation Warp Speed that the Trump administration launched? Yeah, I reported back in May that Trump appointed Moncef Slaoui, who's a former executive with vaccine manufacturer GlaxoSmithKline, to be the head of Operation Warp Speed. This guy, Slaoui, also was sitting on the board of Moderna, which is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates. They're the ones developing the mRNA, basically the DNA vaccine that many people are afraid is going to genetically modify humans. I'm not going to use that language, but it's definitely something that we should be concerned about. So why did RFK think that the title was not accurate? Why are people still refusing to see this? I don't know, guys. I mean, people want to stick their heads in the sand. I'm going to put here's the link to the article. And it's sad, guys. We have people like literally trying to come troll me and ignore the evidence when it's right here in front of us. You know, I mean, I don't know what exactly I can do anymore. Like, I just don't get it. Like, this guy, my evidence is circumstantial, and this is coming from someone who is still on the fence about Trump. Dude, if you're on the fence about Trump, you haven't been paying attention. Literally, go to theconsciousresistance.com, search Trump, and you'll find reports I've done for the last 4 years, since the very beginning when Trump started appointing Bilderbergers to his freaking cabinet. You're just choosing to be ignorant. I mean, that's just, I'm sorry, dude, but and if your mama is the best you got, you've already lost, bro. If that's all you got is it's circumstantial evidence, I just showed you 3 different examples of the Trump administration giving millions and billions of dollars to freaking Gavi. There's no denying it. You can call it fake news. You can put your head in the sand. You can do whatever you like, but it doesn't change the facts. But this is the dangerous, dangerous, dangerous world we are living in, my friends. People can simply ignore anything. They can ignore anything they want. The right side says it's fake news. The left side says, oh, that's Russian propaganda. I mean, it's so crazy. And then these childish people like Tony here, they want to play victim and say, oh, you're right. You just know it all. I've never claimed to know it all. Anybody who knows my channel knows that I don't know shit. I know a little bit. I do a lot of research and I try to share my information. But this is the thing. If you don't pay attention, if you want to be ignorant, then live in your fairy tale world. But don't expect people to respect you. Don't expect people to treat you like an adult. I mean, I'm sorry. You probably have a job. You probably out there living, interacting among people. And I'm not trying to pick on Tony. He's kind of a representation of what we're dealing with, because I've been getting this a lot, guys. In the last few days since this article has come out, for one, it's been a while since I put out an article that caused this much controversy. So that's cool to see that I can still ruffle some feathers. But also, at the same time, I've had people literally say that I'm fake, that I don't exist. They're like, oh, this Derek Bros doesn't exist. I did some searching for him. I think it's okay to dismiss this. Like, I mean, this is the level of credibility we're dealing with. And then this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about here. Like, right here, this is the mentality we have to battle, guys. So because, just as an example, I talk about the truth about Trump, this guy comes in. So what are you saying? We all need to run out this November and vote for a mindless puppet named Biden? No, not at all. I never said anything about Biden. I don't know where I mentioned Biden one time in anything I said at all. But it's clear, though, when I see these type of comments, that people are living in that false left-right paradigm. And this is why I call out Alex Jones. This is why I call out Trump. Because when I woke up 10 years ago, when InfoWars was actually doing real shit, people knew that the left-right paradigm was a lie. Alex Jones helped expose that. And then when Trump came into office, it's like all of a sudden you realize he's just a puppet and he was just playing the divide. Now all of a sudden Jones and people who used to be awake are just like, oh, it's all the Democrats. It's just the Marxists. It's just the Chinese Communist Party. Like, they're still in that left-right paradigm. And I'm sorry, you need to get out of it. If you want to know what I think about voting, just go to our website, theconsciousresistance.com, and search voting. Here's a hint. I don't vote. They're all criminals, and there's no way we're ever going to fix the system by voting and by participating in that. The sooner you guys realize this, the sooner we can all get the fuck out of this. Let me tell you this. This is the other thing. I've had people say, like, I did have a few people who were like, man, thank you. You've helped me see the truth about Trump. I can't believe this is going on. And unfortunately, people like Tony Boutros and others don't, they don't want to see it. And so they want to attack me and try to act like I'm the problem for calling out the truth. And that's fine. I can take those arrows. I don't mind. It's whatever. Like, I'm just going to call it the truth. And if people want to ignore it, that's fine. But the thing is, some people have actually reached out to me and said, hey, I see what you're saying, but I'm really scared that this is true. Because if this is true, then that means we're fucked. Then these are literally things people have said to me. One, they said, that means we're toast. That means we're fucked. That means there's no way to help us. And so this is what I'm saying, is people are scared. They're afraid. Like, I'm guessing Tony Boutros and the John guy and others are afraid. Okay, this is what their mind goes through. Okay, this guy's presenting me with new information. It seems to show me that Trump is maybe not what I thought he was. Should I accept this information or should I reject it? And if they choose to accept it, then that means, as Mike West said, the sunk cost fallacy. They've spent the last 4 years of their time supporting somebody who is not what they thought he was. In fact, they might think, oh my God, people are going to make fun of me. I'm going to look like an idiot. So even though I'm not sure if I trust Trump, I'll just keep playing the game because I guess he's better than Biden, And so people are afraid, guys. This is what we need to remember. And I do have empathy. Tony, you can think I'm a horrible person. I see you making comments still saying that, Josh Del Sol told you I was a good guy and all that kind of stuff. I don't really care who you are. You're coming on my thing, talking shit. And so this is how you're going to get treated. I don't have patience for people like you. But I get it, dude. You're probably scared. You probably won't admit it, but you're afraid. If you're afraid to see that the evidence is right in front of you, it's not circumstantial, man. It's not circumstantial. There are not good guys coming to save you. There are not white hats coming to save you. And People like Hislam can say, oh, he didn't have a choice of who to appoint his cabinet. Again, you guys think Trump is all powerful whenever he does something that you think favors your cause. But then when there's something that makes him look bad, oh, well, he's not in control. He's not in control. So my point here is that people like this are afraid. They're scared. And they're afraid to accept that maybe nobody is coming to save us. And that's scary to people. But my friends, guess what? It's true, but we're not toast. We're not fucked. The only way we're fucked is if people like Tony, people like John, people like Hislam continue to support Trump blindly and make excuses, or people turn around and go support Biden blindly. If you keep playing that game, then yes, we are toast. Then yes, we are fucked. But I'm telling you, my friends, the answer is to let go of what's going on. If you can't let go of it, then yes, you have a reason to be scared. But for me and for many of us on this channel who follow my page, we understand that not only is this battle about exposing the physical corruption, but it's also about getting our spirit, our mind right, and about working on healing ourselves. And if you think that Trump or any president can save you, can take care of your internal struggles, your internal trauma. I have a lot of traumas that I've been working on through my life. I've been a drug addict. I've been, I've been homeless. I've been a liar. I've been a thief. I've been a cheat. I've been through all these things, and I've had to continue to work on my trauma because I recognize that the outside world is only part of the struggle. So if you think that picking a president is going to fix the world, then I'm sorry, you're off base. And Tony, maybe I got you pegged wrong, right? But you're the one coming over here claiming circumstantial evidence when we have clear evidence. I don't know if you understand what the word circumstantial means. But sorry to go on this long-winded rant. I really wanted to just do a short video about the article about Trump and Gates. But as you guys can see by these comments, clearly, clearly people are in denial about this. There is one comment, I'm going to scroll back up from my brother Carmen, because I know Carmen personally. And this is the thing, for better or worse, guys, I tend to take comments more seriously from people I know personally because I can, I know them. They're people. They're real people. And I know that they are not just trolls. Carmen says, what do you make about Trump pulling out of the World Health Organization? If you support vaccines, why make a public move like that? Bait and switch. And that's exactly what I would say it is. It's a bait and switch, Carmen. That's why we called the article that, bait and switch. I mean, I didn't make the title, Ryan did, but I think it's a pretty good, accurate title because it's all a game, man. I mean, like, I had to point this out to some people recently for those who might not be aware. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I don't know if do you guys remember that Trump was bailed out by the Rothschilds? You guys all aware of that? That when Trump was in debt through his buddy Wilbur Ross, he was bailed out by Rothschild Inc. I mean, this is not a conspiracy. These are facts. So Trump has been in the pockets of the Rothschilds. He's been, despite people claiming he's not a politician, dude, he ran in these elite circles in New York for decades. Like his father and plenty of these people are connected to the same elites. All these different people. So there's no getting away from it. Let me just show you that real quick, and I'll share that link. And then I'm going to wrap this up. Ready to get the hell out of here and get to some work. Getting Donald out of debt. The 25-year-old ties that bind Trump and Wilbur Ross. So this is a 3-year-old article. And this is coming from Forbes magazine, December 8th, 2016. So this is right after he was elected. And Forbes magazine is a conservative outlet. You can't claim that, oh, well, these are just left-wing, they hate Trump, blah, blah. And we'll just do a quick word search. Roth. Oh, there we go. In stepped Wilbur Ross, the head of Rothschild Inc.'s bankruptcy advising team, to represent bondholders who were pondering forcing Trump's casino into involuntary bankruptcy and ousting Trump. Ross reportedly saw crowds pressed against Trump's limo windows to get a peek at him and realized the value of Trump's celebrity. Wilbur Ross, former head of Rothschild Inc.'s banking advising team, and then Trump returns the favor by picking him for Commerce Secretary. And they've had a relationship for 25 years after he helped bail Trump out of debt. L.W. Ross & Co. Look it up. I'll post the links for you guys. This is real information. It's factual information. This is not circumstantial evidence, Tony and others who want to deny it. And unfortunately, you guys have become a cult. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. And I don't even say that as an attack. I think that literally the Trump supporters fit the true definition of a cult at this point. Just as the Obama supporters towards the end they fit the definition of a cult. I mean, there's really no way around it. It is a big club, as Mark knows, and we ain't in it. You're very welcome, Carmen. People are zealously partisan and patriotic. They replaced religion with political party. Exactly. So I don't know, man. It's sad. And I appreciate people who will reach out to me and said, dude, you helped me see that, it wasn't really what I thought it was. And I know that, look, let me go ahead. I apologize. And see, I appreciate Kelly. Like they drank the Trump Q Kool-Aid. She's right about that. I want to go ahead and apologize to Tony. I'm not sitting here trying to attack anybody, especially anybody who tunes into my audience. I appreciate you making the time. I know you could be anywhere else right now, Tony, and you're still here, and I get it. But the thing is, dude, the evidence is not on your side, man. Let me just read his comment. We'll give him a chance. We'll give Tony the last word, right? Everybody go ahead and pat Tony on the back. Yes, I know about his history, hence why and others are on the fence about him. But we also believe people can change, even presidents. He did make decisions for the people, and he did make some against the people. I don't know what decisions he made for the people. I mean, he's continued the wars. He's continued surveillance. He's continued the relationship with Israel. He's given the biggest budget ever in the history of the United States to the military. In fact, right now they're approving a new military budget during this whole pandemic while people, are going broke and their businesses are falling apart. He was connected to Epstein. I mean, I could go on and on, but the thing is, I've done all this. Okay, cool. He pulled out of the TPP and then he signed the UN and pulled out of NAFTA only to make a deal that's even worse. But that's the thing is, you guys, I don't want to collectivize anybody. Trump supporters, some of them, they only pay attention to some parts of the puzzle. I'm not going to get into this back and forth because as I just showed Tony and others that there is not circumstantial evidence, Tony. I'm sorry, but a video of Donald Trump saying that he supports Gavi, 3 different donations into the billions of dollars to Gavi, which is funded by Bill Gates. They're not circumstantial, man. I really think, all right, we're going to do this live real quick. Let's look up the definition of circumstantial. Fuck it. And then we'll get out of here. Just because I'm sick of this shit. Thank you guys for listening, for tuning in. I know that I'm kind of off kilter sometimes and all over the place, but I appreciate you guys supporting my work. And this is going to be the last thing we do, just for Tony and for all of our awareness. It's important to know definitions. Sometimes we use words and we don't really know what they mean. Circumstantial, it's an adjective. Belonging to, consisting in, or dependent on circumstances. A circumstantial case, a circumstantial factors, circumstantial evidence, which is what Tony keeps saying. Pertinent, but not essential. Incidental. Revolutions usually happen for both structural and circumstantial reasons. Marked by careful attention to detail, abounding in factual details. Hey, I'll take that. A circumstantial account of the fight. Yes, that by that definition, it is circumstantial because it is abounding in factual details. Ceremonial. But I think that this is what Tony's going for. He's saying it's pertinent, but it's not essential. It's incidental. So I don't know how we can argue that the Trump administration giving several donations to Gavi, putting out a video in support of Gavi, Trump's ambassador to the United Nations putting out a statement in support of Gavi, Trump launching Operation Warp Speed to rush 10 years, what is typically 10 years worth of vaccine research, which most people would say is not even safe, into months. And on top of that, it's not like he went and think about this. If he wanted to do Operation Warp Speed and say look, we're in a pandemic, we got to do something. Okay. But then why not appoint Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Why not do something like that? And instead, he put a freaking executive of vaccine manufacturers, GSK. I mean, I'm just saying, there's no way, dude, to say it's circumstantial. You can type whatever you want. It's fine. I think I'm done with you. All right, guys. This has been Derek Bros of the Conscious Resistance Network. I do this Monday through Friday. I've been taking a break lately because my life has been a little bit upside down and I'm just dealing with everything. But I'm here. I'm working on a new documentary. I'm writing new books. I've got several videos coming out today. I'm trying to write some new articles for The Last American Vagabond, and I can't do this without you guys' support. If you want to help me keep doing this, guys, please consider, I rarely mention this, but please consider signing up on Patreon for $1, $5, $10, whatever you can do. Even if you only support me for 1 month and then you go, that's cool. I appreciate it, because the only way that I'm allowed to continue to do this is because, for one, I get paid for my articles from Last American Vagabond. So shout out to everybody who supports Last American Vagabond. And number two, because my Patreon supporters who have supported my work as I do independent research, put out documentaries for free, put out books for free, put out videos for free, and try to help educate everybody, especially with all the crazy shit we're dealing with. So if you can support me in any way, please do. As you guys, I'm sure, have heard, Max Egan's channel has been deleted on YouTube. David Icke's been deleted. Alex Jones long ago. Even if I don't agree with all these people's reports and their opinions, you can see what's happening. My guess is We Are Change will be next. And then they'll just start making their way down the list, and eventually they'll get down to a channel like mine. We're almost to 60,000 subscribers thanks to you guys. We're not the biggest channel out there, but I think we do a lot of better work than some of these other channels. So it's only a matter of time before my YouTube channel and eventually probably Facebook are deleted. So I invite you guys to check out these other social media platforms to find out my work. One last thing I will mention to you is that I have a Telegram channel. I run a Telegram channel for those who use Telegram. All it is every single article and video I read throughout the day, I post it in my Telegram channel. I'm posting that link right now to you guys. I read so much and watch so many videos, and it's not that I know everything like some people think I try to act. It's just that this is my job. This is what I do every single day. So please do go, if you're on Telegram, join my Telegram channel, because I post way more articles and videos than I share on Facebook or anywhere else. So if you want to get tuned into what I'm reading, what I'm learning about, you're going to want to join my Telegram channel. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate everybody who makes it through this and who keeps sharing my work, because we're in for some shit. And as you guys can see, people don't want to hear the truth. Until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace, my friends.